Welcome back to Fill My Watch List, where this week I'll be unveiling the first in a series of lists acquainting uninitiated viewers to lesser known cinema from all around the world. For the first in this series, I'll be focusing on Argentina. Argentina has a rich cinematic history, but for my list I chose to focus predominantly on recent thriller releases that I feel work as a fitting entry point. As always, I would love to hear your picks for great films from Argentina, as my list is far from definitive, and I'm always looking for new recommendations. So without further ado, here are my picks for 5 must-see Argentinian thrillers. The Secret in Their Eyes. This 2007 Oscar winner for Best Foreign Language Film is an astoundingly well-made thriller from director Juan Jose Campanella. Starring Ricardo Darín, the famous actor who you'll notice many more times on this list, Soledad Villamil, and Guillermo Francella. El Secreto de sus Ojos is based on the novel by crime writer Eduardo Sacheri, who also co-wrote the screenplay. Following the exploits of a retired legal counselor played by Darín, who is writing a novel in an attempt to find closure for one of his past unsolved homicide cases, and the unreciprocated love for his superior, both of which still haunt him, the film is a twisty, pulse-pounding mystery that enthralls, shocks, and thrills you. The romance at its core is stunningly affecting, with a degree of sincerity that manages to bypass any potential cliché or conceit. The major selling point of the film is the taut narrative that adapts Sacheri's novel to stunning cinematic effect, mastering the differing chronological strands with riveting ease. On top of this, Campanella's direction is utterly superb. One set piece in particular during a climactic part of the central homicide case is constructed with breathtaking visual flair and mind-blowing technical feats that simply has to be seen. The Secret in Their Eyes is one of the best thrillers I've ever seen. If you're like me and can't get enough of the genre, you simply have to seek this film out, especially if you enjoyed the likes of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Silence of the Lambs, or Gone Baby Gone. The clan is a stylish retelling of the Puccio clan, a family with a dark secret lurking beneath their seemingly ordinary facade. They earn millions in ransom for the wealthy people they kidnap. Directed by Pablo Trapero, his first of 2 entries on this list, the film plays out like what you would imagine an Argentinian Scorsese crime saga would look and sound like. The film is exciting, dark, and effortlessly cool. The Puccio clan would be comparable to the likes of Whitey Bulger in the US in their violent reputation, as well as their corrupt connections to government officials. Much like Scorsese in Goodfellas, Trapero manages to walk the fine line of creating a stylishly dangerous beast of a film that, instead of glamorizing the violent real-life figures, conveys the allure and excitement of the criminal enterprise as a goldmine for money-making. The choice of soundtrack lends atmosphere and cool in troves, whilst the editing and slick shot composition and shocking twists and turns of the narrative enthrall the viewer, whilst highlighting the absurdity of this true-life story. Guillermo Francella is captivating in his role as the Puccio patriarch and conveys the terrifying power of Archimedes with control and scene-stealing flair. For me, what solidifies the clan as an absolute must-see is the audacity of the finale, a perfect, breathtaking moment to end on that sums up the entire tone of the film. See the clan if you enjoyed the likes of Goodfellas, Gomorrah, or Fargo. 9 Queens, or Nueve Reinas, is the story of 2 small-time swindlers, Juan, played by Gaston Pauls, and Marcos, Ricardo Darín, who team up after meeting in a convenience store and become involved in a $500,000 deal. A heist movie in the world of rare stamps, 9 Queens is a hilarious action caper that rewards multiple viewings. Ricardo Darín proves to be a charismatic comedic lead alongside Gaston Pauls, while you're constantly trying to figure out who's trying to get the upper hand on who. The film is funny, unpredictable, and exciting with a myriad of twists and turns, great set pieces, and snappy, clever dialogue. Check this out if you enjoy the likes of Ocean's 11, Snatch, or The Italian Job. Carancho, or Vulture, is another film by the clan's director Pablo Trapero, starring, yes, once again, our good friend Ricardo Darín. It follows the exploits of a shady ambulance-chasing lawyer played by Darín, who gets embroiled in a money-making scheme with an overworked paramedic played by Martina Guzman. The 2 leads have undeniable chemistry, yet much like The Secret in Their Eyes, the film never falls into sentimentality and relies heavily on the captivating narrative twists and turns. Trapero proves once again his adept skill at nurturing tension and suspense. Utilizing thrilling long takes and a multitude of captivating shot choices in addition to his charismatic cast, the director creates a gritty and dangerous atmosphere that is unrelenting and utterly riveting. Check out Carancho if you enjoyed the likes of Bringing Up the Dead, Good Time, or Drive. Rounding out our list, we have the Oscar-nominated Wild Tales, or Relatos Savajes, directed by Damian Zifron. Wild Tales has a unique anthology format made up of 6 shorter stories that all speak to the theme of violence, revenge, and rage exploding in everyday situations. With a stacked cast including the likes of Dario Grandinetti, who you may recognize from Almodovar film Talk to Her, the fantastic Enrico Rivas, and yes, you guessed it, Ricardo Darín. The film is refreshing, hilarious, intense, and absolutely incredible. At the risk of sounding hyperbolic, I have to say Wild Tales is one of the best cinematic experiences I've ever had. The film is, like many on this list, unpredictable and thrilling, yet the blend of humour and its pitch-perfect direction elevate it alongside The Secret in Their Eyes as the best Argentinian movies I've ever seen. To compare it to Tarantino would be helpful in terms of recommendation, but also reductive considering the sheer unique style of the film and its pitch-perfect character direction. It's a true rollercoaster ride where one moment you could be gripping your stomach from laughter, then in stunned silence the next. Like the best thrillers, it grabs hold and takes you in directions you least expect. With the macabre, dark sense of humour, thrilling action, and the achingly cool shot choices from Zifron, Wild Tales demands your attention and is a thoroughly entertaining experience. Check out Wild Tales if you enjoyed the likes of Pulp Fiction, Seven Psychopaths, or Four Lions. But really, just do yourself a favour and watch Wild Tales, like I'm going to go and do right now. Like I said before, please feel free to recommend other Argentinian films you enjoyed, be they thrillers or not. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this list, feel free to check out our other content. We have reviews, other movie lists, and a podcast. And consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. Thanks very much.